Hey, how you doing? This video is about why am I so happy these days? Um, Happiness is a funny thing in my experience. It's like in your life, there's many times where you think you're happy. In a way, you always think you're happy. If someone at any point in your life says, "Are you happy?" You're all, unless you have a really miserable life. At points in my life was that kind of miserable, but you just say yes, and you always think you know everything about being happy. But at this point in my life, I realize how much more happy I am now than at any other time in my life. The way I would describe it is kind of like being on the other end of a field, like before I was on the other end of a field and someone would say, "Angie, are you happy?" And then I would be like, frowning and not happy, and I'd say, "Yes, hang on a second," and I'd have to run across the field to arrive to the person and say, "Hi, how you doing?" you know but now I'm standing right in front of them. They say, "Angie, are you happy?" And if I'm not smiling at the moment, I can just turn at them and smile. You know what I mean? Like before, I was just so far removed from the behavior of smiling. It used to make me mad. People would say, "How come you don't smile?" And I'd be like, "Oh, well, I'm happy. It's just I feel like nobody gave me a chance." Like they'd look at me and I wouldn't be able to smile, And then they'd walk away, and I'd smile and be like, "They didn't give me a chance to smile. They didn't give me time to smile." Like I needed time, like running across the field to be able to muster up a smile. But now smiles are just always right there. I just pretty much, I don't need to wonder if I ought to be smiling or not. If somebody looks at me, I just smile, and it's not really for a reason. It's just because, that's just it. Like needing there to be a reason is part of what's making, which was making me not as happy as I am now. So happiness is it's kind of like being free. Like transitioning female was really good for me. Finding Rastafarianism was really good for me, and then transitioning female. But between those and LSD when I was a kid, bringing up the problems and making them worse until it was this big catastrophe I had to fix, and then all the steps that went, being Mormon and then atheist and then not atheist and then ending up Rasta. That whole journey, it did a lot for me, but it still just it didn't get me where I am now. Then transitioning female, that kind of kind of polished things up a lot. So like right now it's just like it's just so free, and so even if I'm in a bad mood, it's never really that profound. I'm just always, I'm never far from being happy. Because I'm just happy, but it's more like out of a freedom than out of there needing to be any kind of distance or thinking involved to get there. It's like it's already there. So to me, I believe the purpose of life, the spiral journey to nirvana, the purpose of life, heaven, which happens in the now, as opposed to hell that happens in the now. I think that it's to know thyself, because the first step in everything is to know thyself. The first step in love is to love yourself, and the first step to love yourself is to know thyself. So the very first step, the smallest point inside the ripples is to know thyself. That's what gnosis means, and gnosis. It's all about that. Like the saying, worship the gods if you must, but first know thyself. Learn, transcending ego and really understanding that inside yourself. And not to become egoless, but to love and appreciate yourself, because it's the same as loving and appreciating other people, because you are them, they are you, and we are all together, cuckoo, kachoob, and all that, It's all stuff that I thought I knew before, but but it's just, it's beyond words. What I'm trying to say right now obviously can't be said, because like right now you might be understanding me. I mean, I would have understood me before, but I wouldn't be where I am now. So it's just like something that a person can try to explain, but it's really not explainable. You just have to find it yourself. It takes work and effort and focus, but I'm just like, I'm so happy right now. I'm alone all the time. Part of this, I learned that, before I was a people pleaser. Before, I didn't realize what a narcissist was. I didn't know I was an empath. I didn't know that people leave me drained. I didn't know that people pleasing was something, they were perpetuating the people pleasing to boost their ego, and it was draining me. Now, I have a lot to learn about friends. Now I know the difference between people I want to be around and people I don't want to be around. But now I have to find people I want to be around that want to be around me, and experience that, and how that can be rewarding. Because right now, I don't really know, kind of like a virgin in that way, in a lot of ways. I've been in relationships and stuff like that, but it'd be great to find a boyfriend for the right reasons and experience that. That's a different side of relationships too. And just I've got a lot to experience when it comes to those things. With my newfound joy and all that, now it brings open the possibility for much better, high quality relationships. But right now, whereas before I would dream about attracting people, now I probably spend just as much energy trying to repel people as I was trying to attract people before, because I'm not a people pleaser. I'm not afraid to be mean. I don't care. I'll be mean. I'll say no. I'll draw boundaries. I just have no fear of those things before. Before I was worried to death about those things, and always trying to people please. So right now, I'm just like most people. I don't want them to be my friend. I want to love them, and I want them to feel good, and I'll be nice to them and smile and be genuine about everything. But like I need to know that they have intentions towards me like I have towards them. I don't want to be in any more relationships where it's me giving to that person, and they, and that becomes a system of me giving and they're not giving me back anything. I need somebody that's going to give me something back, or I'll be just happy just to be alone, just to never have a boyfriend and never really have close friends, because I'm happy. Like I said, I'm happy, and I'm a loner right now. I don't really want to be a loner, but I don't really care. I'm just thankful for what I got. I'm thankful for the future, even if it has those things or doesn't have those things, but it doesn't mean that I don't want those things, because I do, and hopefully I will. Hopefully my future has those things. Hopefully that's what the universe wants for me, and I think that's, I trust the universe wants what's good for me. So we'll just have to see. But as far as the now, I'm really happy. I'm happy about my future. Starting my dreadlocks makes me happy. I can't imagine how anybody could possibly understand why I would want to do this. I looked much better before, but it makes me happy, because I'm not, like, I want my life to be the message, I want to be expressing my message, so it's just like little things like that just make me happy. My music makes me happy, my art makes me happy, my witchcraft makes me happy. Lots of things make me happy, A lot of things frustrate the hell out of me. People frustrate the hell out of me. I'm kind of afraid of people. I realize fear. My biggest problem right now is fear. Not, fear of people, I'm afraid of people. Like, I'm afraid that they're all negative and not very mature or spiritually developed, But, that's impossible. That's impossible. There's lots of people that are even more spiritual and more mature than me, That just wouldn't add up, you know. So I realize it's just a fear causing a delusion, and I need to improve on that. But I don't expect myself to be I don't expect myself to be perfect.